45-minute Pilates class for you to enjoy. I'll be offering lots and lots of options, so you don't need to worry if there's things that you find a little bit taxing. If you've got a mat and you can put it down, it will really help, and if you've got something you can use as a block, that will really help as well. So we're going to be starting standing up, so when you're ready, come onto your mat and just take a nice moment to settle the body into your anatomical neutral. So a gap about 1 or 2 fist distance between your feet, pulling up tension through the body, lifting up but not standing too rigid. Nice firmness, chin parallel to the floor, crown of the head to the sky, just drawing the navel in towards the spine. In our Pilates we have A, B, C, D. A is for our alignment. B is for breathing. We're going to breathe in and out laterally, expanding the side of the lungs outwards and inwards. So just take a moment to just settle into breath. And then when you feel like you've got that mastered, we're going to draw the navel in towards the spine. This is C and this is our centering. When we do this, be careful that you're not squeezing through your pelvis and pushing it forwards, okay? So don't tense into your glutes, but just let those relax. And then D is for the dynamics. We're going to move super, super slowly. So just holding on to your core. As you breathe in, lift the arms up and overhead. And as you breathe out, let the arms float back down. Take a breath in and rise. So this is setting up the dynamics for your future movements. Setting up that mental preparation for the speed of the movements. Lifting up again, breathing in, lengthen through, and as you exhale, release down. 2 more like this, please. Keep pulling that navel in towards your spine, lifting up, and exhaling, lowering down. Take this up 1 more time, reach up towards the sky, lift up, and exhale, lower down. Really nice. We're going to take this up 1 more time. We're going to add in a lateral flexion. Lift up, reach up, and then reach out towards your right side, taking a nice stretch through the body. Release off through the center, and let's do that to the left. Lift up, and lengthen over. Really good work. And release. Let's do this again, right and left. Breathe in, lift up. Laterally flex to your right, lengthening over a little more if you can, before releasing off. Final time, taking it to your left, lift up, breathe, and exhale, lengthen. Really nice. Good. Release that down. Just take a little roll through the shoulders. Just allow yourself to release and relax through the neck. I'm just going to remove this so that we've got a little bit of freer movement. So just rolling through and then rolling back the other way. Just make sure there's no tension in the thorax that draws the shoulders up around the ears, and this can impede on your B for breathing. Okay, so we're going to start just rolling down through the spine, little side turn on. So tuck your chin in towards your chest. Start to roll down towards your feet, thinking about opening each individual vertebrae. It doesn't matter how far forwards you fold, you're just looking to open the spine. Take a breath in, stacking the vertebra, lift and rise, drawing the navel in towards the spine as you come up. Stack the shoulders, lift the chin, alignment, A. Inhale, exhale, breathing, B. And drawing the navel in towards the spine, lifting the pelvic floor, centering, C. Nice slow dynamics as you go through, and there's your D, and you've got everything working as it should be. Good. Taking 2 more like this. Drop the chin, roll the shoulders, feel heavy and drawn towards the earth. And slowly soften the knees if you need to support the back, coming up and releasing. Last time, taking a roll and a descent towards the feet. Bringing it back up. Take a breath in here, roll through the shoulders and release. Good. Bring the arms up in front, palms facing towards the sky. Pull the navel in towards the spine and split the arms on the diagonal. Draw this back in through center as you breathe in and split the arms in the opposite direction. Again, being really careful that you're not throwing this into this great big back bend where we're losing our alignment. So really tuck the tailbone down and under. Imagine that you're holding a tennis ball between your upper thighs. Pull that thorax down towards the pelvis. Keep that belly button drawn in. Taking it side to side, opening through the arms and releasing. Breathe in, breathe out as you move. Slow and steady. Good. 4 more like this. And 3. 2 to go. 1 more on each side. Open. And close. And open. And close. Just release off. Make sure the shoulders feel relaxed. Coming up to the end of your mat, we're going to do a walk away. So we're going to roll through the shoulders, walking down towards the feet. You're going to take that out into a plank. Now, if you find full plank a little bit too challenging, please drop onto the knees, and this is your modification for this posture. If you suffer with any wrist, elbow or shoulder problems, then maybe consider coming down onto forearm plank or into full forearm plank. You know how your body's feeling. You can push yourself back through onto the knees and lift and rise from this position. So I'm going to be doing a couple in each variation. So we're rolling down. Take a breath, coming out to walk away. If you're holding in full plank, make sure your bottom is rolled down and you are holding a full plank in strong contraction. Breathing in and breathing out. Don't hold the breath. When you feel like you're challenged in that posture, walk yourself back in and take that rise through the body, stacking the vertebrae, rolling the shoulders, lifting the chin. Inhale, exhale, rolling down. Taking that walk out and pause and hold. Breathe through, feel the challenge, allow yourself to settle in and then coming back up. Rolling through the spine, rising through the body, setting yourself back up. Variations shown this time. If you're happy with those ones, keep going. If you're finding those ones a challenge or you've not been able to join in yet, coming down onto the knees and leaning in here. Breathe and hold. As you come back, staying on the knees, roll through the feet and rise. This is your modification 1. Roll down. Take a breath. Walk it out. Come onto knees straight away if you need to. And roll the hips forwards. Coming back in and up. We'll do 2 more like this at this level before I show modifications again. Rolling down. Coming onto knees. Taking it through. Rolling out. Breathe in and release. Lift and rise. Good. Last time like this. If this one is for you, keep going. If you prefer the full ones, keep doing those. It's all about how you're feeling today, and that may be different to yesterday or tomorrow. So just work with what you've got right now. Option number 2, rolling down, or option number 3, I guess, is to come into full plank, but then to lean into elbows. So if you find that you are struggling with the wrists, the shoulders, the elbows, forearm plank is going to help you with that. You can then put the knees down to bring yourself back up so you're not pushing through those joints, coming through. And we'll do that 1 more time as a variation on this. So you can come out into your forearm plank. Remember, you can drop the knees on this as well if you need to. Let's come back up. We're going to do 2 more reps. So however you feel you're working right now, let's take it out. And taking the choice of plank that you are working at, pause and hold. And then walking back in, allow yourself to rise. This final one we're going to hold out there. So wherever there is for you, make your way to it now. Allow yourself to pause and hold. Feel the strength of the plank first. And then as you exhale, just bring yourself onto the mat. Bring yourself face down. So we're in a nice prone position. Now I'm going to be using the block so you can hear me, so I'm not talking into the mat. If you've got a block, you can do the same. Allow yourself to settle down. Draw your navel in towards your spine. Lift the pelvic floor. Relax through the shoulders and the upper back. Relax through the head. Alternate leg lifts. Squeeze and release. Changing sides, nice and slow. Remember, the dynamics of Pilates is really stripped back. Working with breath, working with breathing. Try and think about the points of contact with the floor in this posture. So what we're not looking to do here is lift the legs so high that we twist through the pelvis. Hopefully you can see that that's not good. Okay, so when you lift, it's just to your maximum with the pelvis in neutral. If you're starting to stack the hips on top of each other, you've gone a little bit too far. So just pull it back through and in, and just back off a little bit. Lifting the leg so that the pelvis stays in neutral. Just allow yourself to work through some more repetitions like this. Let's go for 4 more. That's 2 on each side. If that's too many for you, take your break now, that's fine. Take a back stretch, child's pose, or turn over and hugging the knees. Well done, lovely. Just relax that down. If your knees feel up to it and you can come back into a child's pose, take a stretch here. We will be coming over to supine, so if that doesn't feel good on your knees, then you can come straight over and you can hug the knees in and just rock out the back, okay? So don't do anything that feels really uncomfortable. Placing the feet down, semi-supine, again thinking about observing that alignment, so still have a gap between. Just allow yourself to rest here. Draw the navel in towards the spine, lift the pelvic floor. Take a breath in and hold. As you breathe out, maintain the contraction and start the movement, pushing the fingertips up towards the knees. Breathing in to decline, breathing out to lift. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out as you move. Keep this going. Really hold at the top, squeeze that navel down towards the spine. Feel that contraction as you exhale. Make space for that belly to come down. As you push, that diaphragm rises, lungs empty, and we really have the ability to draw that navel in. Exhale and inhale. 4 more. 4 to go. And 3. 2 left. And our final one. Great work. It's always really important to just release off between exercises, just in case you've got any tension that's coming anywhere, particularly in the back. We don't want that to happen. So maybe a full stretch, maybe a windscreen wiper, maybe a hug in, maybe all 3. Okay. So we're going to do some work on the obliques now. So setting back up in our semi-supine, little anatomical neutral. Make sure everything feels connected to the mat evenly. Reaching the arms up overhead, lengthen through our tummy muscles, that rectus abdominis. And as you exhale, curl around and reach towards the side. Okay? As you inhale, come back down. And as you exhale, come up to side 2. So just breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, if you have any shoulder issues and this arm line is not good for you, you can do this with the hands on the hips as we did before, and you just send the hands to the side you're twisting to, okay? So don't feel that you can't do it. If your shoulders are not able to do that big arm line, then you'll do it like this. If you find that it is too much with both arms, you can take one arm out to the side and reach through in this manner. So it gives you a little bit of support, something to roll onto as you come through. Remember, the directionality of this one comes from the shoulder, okay? So we're not just moving the arm. We want to lift and curl and push that shoulder through. So whatever variation you're doing, directionality comes from the shoulder. Pushing it through, getting that beautiful twist. Nice work. We're going to do 4 more of this one, and then we're going to do this one again, but with a slight little pulse, to just really work a little deeper into those obliques. So, if you need to, just release off the shoulders, release off the back, make sure you feel ready. Setting yourself back up whenever you are, thinking about your variations. When you come up this time, you hold, you pulse 3, 2, 1, and release. Change sides. 3, 2, 1, and release. Okay? So we're not just flapping the arms, we're actually moving the body towards the upper body, towards the lower body, or the thorax towards the pelvis. However you want to think about it. So you are contracting and releasing, pulsing through. We're going to do 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. And release. Again, just make sure everything feels okay. And then we're going to come to side lying. So this is our side lying. So I'm going to get you, if you've got something to support the head, to use it, please. We're going to place it underneath. If not, roll up a towel or use, you can just use the top of the arm. Try not to do this. This is really not good on your neck and on the muscles in there. Bending the knees. Feet in line with the bottom, draw the navel in towards the spine. You can use the hand to remind yourself this. And you're going to open and close into clam. Really nice and slow and steady again. Now notice my knee is not shooting all the way up to the sky. When we do this, we've dropped our alignment. Our hip is pushing backwards. So make sure hips are stacked, and that will inhibit your movement. And that's really good because we want to move into our glute medius and not just be working inner and outer thighs. So keep drawing the navel on and in, opening and closing through that leg. Two more, please. Okay. If you can balance up on the elbow, if this feels okay for you, just be careful that you're not pushing through the shoulder like this. So you need to lift up and out of the waist. We're gonna set this top leg. This is my right leg. So setting this top leg behind, we're gonna work on the bottom leg. So lifting up and out. We're just gonna lift here, lift and lower, pulling on and in through the core, doing a little bit of inner thigh work here, just giving this top leg a little bit of rest and working what we call active recovery, so just letting it have a moment before we come back into it. So just lifting and lowering here, working into adductors. You might feel those starting to say hello to you, so take breaks if you need to, slow it down even further. 10 more here. Four to go. Good stuff. Okay. Bringing the legs together. This time we're going to set them up towards the front of the mat. I am going to come back down onto this. So I've now got a right angle at my hip, a right angle at my knee, and you can have a right angle at your ankle as well if you so wish. And we're going to lift this leg up so that it hovers and it's nice and parallel. And you're going to just look to open it up. Now notice how my ankle and my knee stay in line. So when I lift up, I'm not doing this and my ankle's not drooping down. I'm lifting up a little bit like a dog weeing at a lamppost, and it just comes back to that hold and hover, that parallel. Okay, so you're not looking to close the leg and completely give up the exercise on each rep. You're maintaining some tension, pulling that navel in towards the spine once more, opening, working into that hip, slightly differently to the clown. Going to do 5 more. 5, 4, make sure that lower leg's not drooping. 3, 2 more. Now on this last one, can you just hold it up here, make sure you're in line, and then just do a little pulse here, just a little pulse. Don't throw it around, you don't want to lose your balance. Just holding in and out, pulsing in and out. Use your core, hold yourself nice and still. Just a little pulse. Let's just go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You give that leg a little squeeze. We're going to position the underneath leg as a triangle and extend this leg out here. So we're just going to work on just bringing this leg in. You're going to bend the knee in, extend the leg up towards the ceiling, and then squeeze down. Bend in, rolling through, extend up, hold the core, keep your body nice and still, rolling through and lifting and releasing. Good. Rolling through, up and release. Rolling in and up and release. 5 to go. 5 and 4. 3 more, please. 2 left. And last one. Nice work. Just bring that knee up, give it a little bit of a squeeze there to let it go. Maybe you just want to just release it off. We're going to come up and over onto the other side. So you can either roll over or you can turn around so you are still facing towards. We'll set up as we did for side 1. So always take this time to make sure that you've hit all the right markers before you begin. So we'll start with clown, opening and closing that knee. Pull the navel in towards the spine, Hold through. Don't lift that leg too far. Think about really working into the buttocks there rather than into the adductors, abductors, hip joints. We want to work into that big glute medius muscle that underlies glute max in the buttocks. Five to go. Last two. Good. So just releasing that up, changing the position if you can, sitting up out. If this feels too much in the shoulder, you can stay laying down. I'm going to stretch out the underneath leg, working into inner thigh here. So just giving that top leg just a little moment to release and relax. Lifting and releasing here. Five more, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Setting up for that dog at a lamppost. So just allow yourself to come back, draw down, draw the navel in towards the spine. Make sure, if you're not sure about where your shins should be, line them up with your edge of your mat, okay? So if you've got your ankles and your knee on the edge of your mat, then you're going to be looking somewhere towards having that right angle, right angle, right angle. And then lift and hover. This is our start and finish. And raise and release. Remembering not to put it down if you can. Keep the tension. Keep everything, look at where your ankle is in relation to your knee. If you're doing this, it's more of a twisting motion, whereas we want to do an extension flexion. So just modifying if you need to, or just tweaking if you're not quite there. We're going to do 5 more here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Again, just release off through that hip. Realign the bottom leg so you're really making a good base. You're going to bend this leg in, extend it through, and squeeze down. So just keep it rolling as you move. Don't worry about how large or small your range of motion is. Just get this happening. So you're just working through. Four to go, and 3, 2 more please, and the last one. So again, just giving that leg a little squeeze, And then we're going to be rolling over onto our backs once more. Push that block out of the way. You don't need that underneath your head. Just make yourself comfortable. Make sure everything feels as it should be. Taking the arms up overhead, if you can, you're going to be coming up and lifting the leg into tabletop. So it's very similar to how we worked earlier. We did the preparation for this where we slide up and down. So if you find that this one is just a step too far, you can certainly go back to that level and do another set of those. Or if you prefer, you can come into this one. Now you might be tempted to rush off and maybe lift both legs together. What I would say to you is maybe just slow it down. If you're finding that it's not quite enough this, then hold up here and really pull down that navel. Really draw that core on and in. There is no need to be lifting double legs and putting the back in jeopardy. Just take what you've got and make it a little bit tougher without going beyond what's in your realm. Lifting and releasing. Good work. 4 more. And then just take a little windscreen wiper again here, just releasing that off. Okay? So as with always, if your shoulders don't feel like you can do that one with the arms, you can do it without, so that's absolutely fine. We're going to do another set of those, so remembering to take the modifications that you need. This time though, we're going to hold at the top, we're going to hold 3, 2, 1, and release. Alternate please, coming over, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. 3, 2, 1, and release. Up. 3, 2, 1, and release. If you find, as quite often people do in a Pilates class, that your neck is being a little bit aggravated by the movements, support the neck and do it this way. Okay, so you're not pulling on the head, you're still moving between the thorax and the pelvis. You're using this soft tissue here to concertina to bring you in, but you're just supporting the head, and that can be really beneficial if you find that your neck is starting to ask for help. Then please give it. If of course you're okay, then reach those arms and release. Four and 3. 2 more. Last time. And take a big long stretch. Really just release off. Great work. We're going to roll over. We're going to come back to prone. It's really important that we work all areas of the core, not just through the big rectus abdominis muscles at the front. We're going to set up for a little bit of transverse work. So I would like you to put your elbows underneath your shoulders and just have them roughly shoulder width apart, okay? So sometimes people like to press their hands into the floor, sometimes I like to press them in together. What you're not doing is pushing the floor away so that you are so rigid through the arms that you feel it. What you're looking to do is pull your navel in towards your spine, peel and lift here into transverse abdominis, hold, and your arms are actually still pretty much free. And then peel and release. Quite often people say to me, I don't feel it, and that's fine. Just maybe hold it up there a little longer, and you might feel it starts to wave a little hello at you. And if that's the case, that's you getting a real pat on the back from transverse saying, yeah, you found me. If you're not able to find it at this time, doesn't mean that you're not doing any work, it doesn't mean that it's not beneficial to you. It may just be that you maybe need to adjust your position by maybe 1 millimetre in each direction, or maybe you've just got such a strong transverse that this isn't challenging it or bothering it at all, but it's still good to do. So peel and lift. Try and peel like you would peel away at a banana skin. So you lift the navel off, then the pelvis, the thighs, coming up into transverse. Make sure you're not dropping down and sinking into the shoulders. Lift up and look beyond the mat. Peel and rise, hold, look for that beautiful little shiver and shake within, and then peel and release. Good. Take a breath, lift and rise, hold it here, and then release. Good. Can we do 4 more if you can? Stay with me. If you need to take your break now, take your break. Coming down. You can always join back in if you've just taken a little stretch. Peel and rise, and release. Good. And again, peel and rise, and release. Lovely. What I'll get you to do now is come back into your pose of a child if you can, please. Bring your head onto the mat. Just close your eyes. Just think about opening through the back, allowing that beautiful stretch to happen. And then we're going to come up into a seated position. We're going to split the legs so that we're into our mermaid. We're just sitting up nice and tall. The aim here is to have the pelvis in neutral, so just make sure you feel that you have got that happening. And we're going to just start to wave out towards the sides, taking it through. Now, if this leg position doesn't feel right for you, just take the legs out in front of you, sitting up through the waist, and reach from side to side like this. Okay, so if you can't manage the legs, you can still work into your side waist. So just taking this beautiful mermaid, feel those differences between sides and work on the breath. Four more. And this one. 4. And 3. Last 2, please. And last one. Really nice. Okay, hold this position if you can. Those of you that are in this position, just lift up and reach, taking a stretch through. Nice job. Lovely. Let that go. Let's just switch sides, setting up for side 2. So again, looking to get the pelvis neutral, sitting up nice and tall. Feel and draw in the abs, and then breath in and exhale. And release. And again. Taking it over. Four to go. Last 4. Remembering that right and left counts as 1. And again. 2 more, please. Reach and release. Last time, remembering to not come out of the posture, but to hold here and just to rise, if you can, onto those knees and just take a beautiful stretch. Really well done. We're going to take it down onto our backs. And we're going to lay the legs out nice and long. Now I'd just like you to just maybe place your hands on your hip joints, and you're just going to slide your chin in and look up as if you're trying to look towards your toes, and then lie yourself back down. Draw that navel in towards the spine, lift the pelvic floor, look up towards the toes, and release. Good. Curl up, look, and let go. And again. If that feels good for you, you're going to lift maybe one, maybe both legs. Lift up, pull, and release. And up. And down. Lift up. And down. And up. And down. 4 more, please. Remember to take your breaks if you need to. And left. 2 to go. Lucky last. And release. Just lengthen out. Bring those heels in towards the bottom and let go of any tension in the back. So just going to take a quick stretch out. So just bring that right knee, or whichever knee you like. This is the closest one to camera so you can see. Just bringing it in. Just look for that stretch into the glutes, releasing off down the back of the body. And then changing sides. Draw it in. Compressing the abdomen here as well, so just working with those muscles who've been contracting a lot, allowing them to get a little pressure. And then bringing that out. Coming up to sitting. Allow yourself to just sit up nice and tall. Lengthen through the spine. And let's just work through the neck. Drop the chin down towards the chest. And then look up towards the sky. Really careful on the neck. Exhaling down. And inhaling up. 2 more like this. Really carefully. And last time. Beautiful work. Take the arms out nice and wide. Turn the thumbs down and bring the hands behind you if you can, leaning back. Think about squeezing the shoulder blades together. Think about lifting up and lengthening. And then looking up towards where your walls meet the ceiling or up towards the sky without dropping the head back, being perfectly in control. Just really looking to lengthen through the front of the abdomen. And then releasing that out and thinking about contracting the abdomen and lengthening out through the back of the body. And then just with breath, moving through this, lifting up, exhaling away. And then inhaling, exhaling, and pushing back. Moving through, lift and rise, stretching out. And releasing, and taking the other way. 1 more, please. Open through the heart, lift up. And then contracting down. If you are sitting cross-legged, I will ask you to change the cross of your legs just to keep your pelvis nice and even. And we're just going to lengthen through side body, reaching away. And then changing sides. So just holding more static than the mermaid, looking for release. Good. Doing that again, taking it over. And to your left. Let's just release off lumbar spine with a spinal rotation. Turn and twist towards the back of your room. Sitting up tall through the spine. And then changing sides. And then changing again, back to side 1. And to side 2. Take a big breath in here. Think about all the good things you did in your class here and bring them into your heart. Take the arms out nice and wide and give yourselves a beautiful round of applause. Thank you very much for working out with me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day.